Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Marianne Williamson. She is specifically a candidate running for the Democrat presidential primary. She is working to win the right to run against Donald Trump in the general election. Okay, she is running as a Democrat. So let's talk about who she is, what she stands for, and what her strengths and weaknesses are as a candidate. So specifically, she is not a politician. She is a lecturer and an author. She's written 12 books, and she's been on television quite a bit talking about her books. She's gone on Good Morning America. She's gone on Oprah. She's gone on a lot of talking head shows, like Trevor Noah's show, like comedy news shows, those kind of things. And so she's the closest thing there is to a celebrity currently in the race, right? Which is really quite interesting. Is she a Washington insider? Is she an outsider? Or is she a spike? She is very much an outsider, and she has views that are truly, truly outside the norm. Really like nothing I've ever seen before, right? So she is really, really quite unique and not like anyone else. So what are the things that what does she stand for? One, she's for the Green New Deal, okay? That's a big deal. The way to understand the Green New Deal is it is a 10-year national mobilization. It is modeled after the UN's research, and the UN said that in order to fix the climate problems, and this is what the Green New Deal is structured after, you would need a mobilization equal to what was done for World War II. That gives you the scope of the changes that are going to be in the Green New Deal. It is massive, and she's for it, right? That's not that surprising. Wait till you hear what she stands for. One of the things she stands for is she wants to bring a moral and spiritual awakening to the entire country. I have not heard that from any candidate. That is truly unique. And I'm going to talk more about the moral and spiritual awakeness in the weaknesses section, right? She also supports $100 billion being paid to African Americans for reparations for slavery. Again, I have not heard any other candidate talk about this. That is completely unique to her. No other candidate has come even anywhere close to talking about reparations in that very clear, very strong support, right? The other thing she's for is waging peace, not war, okay? She is very much of the belief that we have gone too much into regime change. We have gone too much into using our military might all over the world, and she would like to scale back. She would like to wage peace, not war. All right. Now, actually, I'm going to talk about that specific one under weaknesses as well. Okay. All right. So what are her strengths and what are her weaknesses? Well, I will tell you her strength right now is, without a doubt, she is truly unique. There is no one saying the things that she is saying. Absolutely no one, right? She fully understands. Say something simple, say something shocking, say something new. She is saying simple things. $100 billion for reparations for slavery. That is incredibly simple, and that is new, right? Moral and so she really gets. She is really unique, and she really very naturally stands out from some of the other candidates. Also, she is an intersectionality candidate. She has some intersectionality, so that will help among the Democrats. What are her weaknesses? All right. Well, some of her stances are absolutely part of her weaknesses. Moral and spiritual awakening, right? You might be able to get away with that on the Republican side. Republicans are totally down with morality and totally down with religion, right? But that religion comes in very specific flavors and brands, right? Or we call them denominations. I shouldn't say brands. That comes in very specific denominations and flavors. And since she's been on Oprah, I know for a fact she is not talking about specific denominations. She is talking about a spirituality where whatever spiritual flavor that you want to bring to the table is just fine. I don't think that is absolutely not going to sell for Democrats. There are a major amount of atheists, agnostics, and seculars. And I think generally you will find way more atheists, agnostics, and seculars on the side of the Democrats than you will on the Republicans, right? And so saying that she's going to bring a moral and a spiritual awakening, basically if you're going to talk about morality, you have to talk about the source of that morality, right? Well, where are you going to, how are you going to bring forward the source of the morality when you're not saying one specific denomination, and it's going to be a whole bunch of denominations, all which are daggers out and do not agree with the other denominations, right? So I don't think that's a tactical mess, right? And I think governing it would be incredibly difficult. People have been irate that Republicans have been bringing morality and religion into government, and I think there's no way they're going to be more comfortable with that, even if a Democrat is bringing it. So that is a hard stop for most Democrats, for many Democrats. I shouldn't say most. So I don't think that's going to go anywhere. Wage peace, not war. Woo, doggy. Well, people don't like to lose jobs, and right now we are a major superpower, right? And so you got a lot of companies making weapons, and we are not only using those weapons. Like the vast majority of weapons that are made for the U.S. military are never, ever, ever, ever used. They're built. They're taken all over the world. They're not used at all. And then we build new ones like 10, 20 years later. And that is a massive industry. And so like if you come forward and you say wage peace, not war, what you're really saying is a lot of you out there who are making a ton of money making weapons, you are no longer needed, right? And not a lot of people, like a buddy of mine works at the Naval Yard right here in Philadelphia, man. He pours like the propellers that go onto our ships, right? Bye-bye, no more job, right? Like you really need a lot of ships if you're waging peace, right? So like, so right now, nobody really wants to hear, these incredibly high-paying jobs, thousands of them, 10,000s of them, probably hundreds of thousands of jobs are just going to go away because we don't need them, because we're waging peace, not war now. And also, you're also kind of saying, let's not be a superpower, right? A lot of people are just not going to be down with that, right? So I think there'll be some people on the Democrat side, but certainly not enough to beat Trump. No way. I will say this. I like Marianne Williamson. I like how bold her statements are. She really is saying stuff that absolutely no one else is saying. If the primaries happen today, I'd say she has a 15% chance of beating all the other candidates, becoming the contender for the general election. If the general election against Trump happened today, I would say that she would have a 10% chance of beating Trump. That's my thoughts on Marianne Williamson. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful day.